Our critics have said that the Brady Bill is only symbolic. Well, I think there is some symbolism in the Brady Bill. It's symbolic of teamwork, of people from all over this nation working together to pass something that the people wanted. I think it's symbolic that members of Congress could stand up to a large lobby. I think it's symbolic of a lot of things, but I don't want anyone to feel that that's all it is. The Brady Bill is not just symbolism. It will begin to make a difference. It will begin to save lives.
I ask you to think about this. I come from a state where half the folks have a hunting and fishing license. I can still remember the first day when I was a little boy out in the country putting the can on top of a fence post and shooting a .22 at it. I can still remember the first time I pulled the trigger on a .410 shotgun because I was too little to hold a 12 gauge. I can remember these things. This is part of the culture of a big part of America. But people have taken that culture. We just started deer season. I live in a place where we still close schools and plants on the first day of deer season. Nobody's going to show up anyway. We just started deer season at home and a lot of other places. We have taken this important part of the life of millions of Americans and turned it into an instrument of maintaining madness. This is the beginning of something truly wonderful in this country if we have learned to separate out all this stuff we've been hearing all these years, trying to make the American people afraid that somehow their quality of life is going to be undermined by doing stuff that people of common sense and goodwill would clearly want to do. Every law enforcement official in America telling us to do it.
This is a very important day for me and for Sarah and for all of those who have worked so hard to see the Brady Bill become law. But it is even a more important day for America and for America's children. 12 years ago, my life was changed forever by a disturbed young man with a gun. Until that time, I hadn't thought much about gun control or the need for gun control. Maybe if I had, I wouldn't be stuck with these damn wheels. But Sarah led the charge and I followed in her footsteps because I know firsthand the damage that guns can do. It is that knowledge that I have tried to share with lawmakers, with voters, and with children. Too many young people believe that a gun is the answer to their problems. I can tell them it is not. I can tell them about the pain and the frustration. I hope that they will listen. Today, we know that someone was listening. After nearly 7 years, the Brady Bill is about to become the Brady Law. Thank you, President Clinton, for your commitment to seeing this day realized. What we are witnessing today is more than a bill signing, is the end of unchecked madness and the commencement of a heartfelt crusade for a safer and saner country.
So I plead with all of you today when you leave here to be reinvigorated by this, to be exhilarated by the triumph of Jim and Sarah Brady and all these other folks who didn't let their personal losses defeat them, but instead used it to come out here and push us to do better. And each of you in turn take your opportunity not to let people ever again in this country use a legitimate part of our American heritage in ways that blinds us to our obligation to the present and the future. If we have broken that, then there is nothing we cannot do. And when I go and sign this bill in a minute, it will be step one in taking our streets back, taking our children back, reclaiming our families and our future. Thank you.